All right, now for part 3, the final part taken from last week's Joe to Pro analysis. First off, if you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, I've linked them in the description below. I recommend you check those out. Part 3 is going to focus on individual plays, so individual mistakes like missing a thrust or maybe thrusting in the wrong direction or missing an opportunity, but also good things as well, like great challenges or great use with the sniper, great positioning with a sniper, some stuff that you can directly apply to your own individual skill. So hopefully you guys enjoy that, enjoy the video. If you like Joe to Pro, if you want your gameplay analyzed, I've got an announcement coming up about that very soon. If you guys don't already know, I'm live streaming now on a regular basis 4 times a week. I've got a schedule linked on my Twitch, on twitch.tv/theshyway. If you scroll down to my panels, you can see a schedule right there, and you can find out when I'm live streaming. Just stay tuned. Every single week, I'm planning on doing at least one Joe to Pro analysis, and I'll have details on how that's going to work very soon. Enjoy the video, guys. I'm going to try to remember everything that I saw with Callus, but I'll probably forget some things here. So in this situation, you're like pretty much 100% dead. Now, this is probably going to sound like a nitpick, but the only thing I would change about this scenario is the way that you thrusted. So you're one shot. You jump backwards, and you decide to jump thrust backwards as a reaction. I think that in this situation, jump thrusting backwards should never be your reaction. Should never be your reaction, because you have no options. Like, there is no scenario where jump thrusting backwards here ever helps you. Like, you're always dead when you jump thrust backwards. If your reaction is a jump thrust left, maybe even right, but more so left, at least you have options. If you jump thrust left, you land here. This guy, you know he's above. He might try to challenge. You could do the whole dipsy doodle thing that Llama did a second ago, and then go here, immediately go there. And if you do that properly, like, he who's chasing you might look and be like, oh fuck, he fucked off, and then he might look away the moment you challenge back. Whatever. All I'm saying is, by jump thrusting left, if that is your gut reaction, you give yourself more options than having a gut reaction to jump thrust out backwards to open space. It's never a good idea. So that's the only thing I could say. But ultimately speaking, you're probably going to die regardless. But I think that your general reaction to things like that should be to put yourself in a position where you have the most options possible. Okay. This is going to be another kind of nitpicky thing too. So you're going to die here. Bam. Dead. I could have thrusted sideways. Yeah, yep. Kind of shocked those guys to challenge freely off spawn. We had numbers. Agree with what you're saying, though. Yeah, for sure. In a situation like that, you're under a lot of pressure. It's hard to react properly. You're probably going to die anyway, but yeah, just about doing the right reaction was really all it was. This one off spawn here is like, and you know this stuff too. Like, as I'm saying this, I know you know this. Like, in this situation, and this is the beauty of hit markers in this game. Like, you throw one nade, and then you throw a fucking meaty nade on this guy. Like, you pop his shields, and you can hear it. Like, bam. Right? This guy's shields are done. In a scenario like this, either you don't challenge him at all and you play with your teammate, your pair. This guy, you guys should be working together to go tower. That's one option. Or you play fast. Because if you go in here, you know that you're exposing yourself to like a million freaking angles when you go through this door. So if you are going to chase this guy, freaking chase him. Like, get in here, like sprint, slide jump, kill him, and at least get a trade. Because if you do the half-ass chase, what's going to happen? You're going to get shot from a million angles if you go, because you know when you go for that challenge, they have inside map control, you're screwed. So like, the only thing I could say is, like, sure, you got a nice nade. You don't need to challenge it if you don't want to. If you are going to challenge it fast. Use your tools, get in there, get the kill, and maybe you can save your thrust and try to thrust out that direction or something, but you'd probably die, or who knows, maybe you can milk for a while, but like, at least that secures the kill rather than going for the half-ass challenge, and now you just got punished for it. In the meantime, what could have happened from a macro perspective was that you could have recognized that Josu was your pair. Josu hopefully could have recognized that you were his pair, and you guys could have worked together to go tower. He has the sniper, and we'll look at Josu for a second. Get in there! Get in there! That's right, Payne. Just fucking challenge the man. Don't fuck around. So we got a guy up here, Engine 2. Swish is going to do a very interesting challenge. He's going to sprint, slide jump, shoot him while he flies by like a maniac. Somebody else is going to kill him. I can understand the thought process here, so I'd say it's fine, I guess. But sprint, slide jump, the reason why he did that was because last thing he wants to do is shoot this guy while he's standing in the open, leaving his back open to a potential spawner or a player that's over here. So by slide jumping and shooting as he flies through the air, he puts himself in a position to cover and gets the kill at the same time. So I get it. That's cool. Yeah, exactly. Let's respect the education. That's all what it's about, is just learning and improving. tough situation. He got the 3 shots before you did. You missed one of your shots. You couldn't get the 3-shot beat down. You're going to die for it. So at the beginning of this play, before the whole awareness thing, off of this spawn, you make the decision to go for tower. What do you guys think about the nades that he throws? Because I feel like the nades that you throw here are just like beacons saying like, hey, I'm coming for you. I'm pushing you in tower. Like, they don't do anything. Like, watch. Here's one nade. I'm coming. Like, this guy's coming through long haul for trap. Here's a second nade that doesn't do any damage that says to trap, there's a guy coming for you in top tower. I feel like you know you're doing a wide push here. I think you should have saved your nades, man, and just gone for like a sneak attack. Like, by throwing nades, you're letting the whole team know that you're going for this part of the map. Like, I feel like if you saved your nades and you said like, okay, I recognize that they're on the inside of the map, I'm going to try to get a flank play through here. You could have maybe done like the T1 to T2, like fucking spring jump and got the back smack on this kid. Like, who knows? Like, or you could have just done the regular jump up and he might not have seen you. So I think like throwing those nades so early on was kind of just like a very obvious indicator that you're coming for tower. And you could have maybe saved them for the actual battle and used them in the fight, right? So that was the only other thing. First nade was getting a call out. Okay, cool. Yeah, and the first nade wasn't as bad. The second nade is like, okay, I see somebody in tower, I want to put in some damage. You didn't get damage, and then as a result, I guess, like, you know, you gave up your positioning for it. But, it's not like, yeah, these are all, like, what-ifs kind of scenarios. I don't know if it's, like, objectively right or wrong what you did, but I do think that you revealed yourself to the enemy by throwing the nades that you did. All right, so now we have the shots into the guy on snipe. Nice shots. You're going to go for the sniper. And then I like what you do here. I like the shots. I like the positioning. I think you do some good stuff. So you're going to do reticle placement as you back up here to ready yourself. And now you're going to take this position over here in a second. Now, there's a couple things that you could try to consider in this situation. Like, your entire team is pushing engine. So in this scenario, recognizing that your entire team is pushing through engine to bunker, you could actually decide to just be aggressive with them and just overwhelm these guys and get back inside map. That is an option. Though this is fine. Once again, just like the beginning of the game, recognize that in this position, all your teammates are pushing forward. These spawns are now open. This spawn is open. Yellow spawn is open. And any second from now, you could get shot in your left. And you are aware of it, which is great. I just think everybody should recognize in this situation, if your teammates are pushing up, committing themselves to engine to go bunker, somebody like Trap is going to spawn up right beside you. And then pop him in the face. So nice shot. Unfortunately, we can't see the true shot because of how terrible theater is, but sick. You got a headshot. Good shit. And then I like this spot. So this is actually, like, kind of cool because in this scenario here, he is in the open. If he takes a lot of gunshot, like a lot of fire, he could be in trouble. He could try to jump thrust out to basement. But by being in this spot, it's kind of interesting because you get angles on this guy, and he has to commit himself forward to fire shots into you. And by committing himself forward, he puts himself open to whoever spawns up over here, where at the same time, this pesky white corner, which is one of the most annoying factors when you're standing here and you're trying to shoot this guy or, like, get ready, this fucking white corner guy will come up and just be a nuisance, you know? So I feel like by standing here, he removes white corner from play, and he isolates angles in engine where players have to commit themselves to get the kill. So it actually ends up being really good. Like, headshot again. Like, Tort tries to push through white corner. Tort can't see him, so he's not ready. Like, he gets the upper hand because of the position that he's sitting in here. Now he comes up for Tort. He's going to whiff the shot. He'll get a body onto Garfinkel's and then back down. And then he's going to just kind of rotate back, which is fine. But I think, like, all that stuff that you did there with the snipe was pretty solid. It puts you in this situation. You get this hilarious, like, you win this battle, which you probably shouldn't have won. He gets first melee, you melee, and then jump over his head, which in a scenario like this, if you want to win a melee fight and you want to get a double beatdown and make the guy whiff, jumping over his head is the best option that you have at your disposal. So it works out. A little lucky, but it works out. He whiffs his melee, you get him back. So I think, like, in that scenario, if you want to kill somebody with a double melee, if you can get the first melee and then try to jump over them, you can potentially get them to whiff their second melee and get a shot to win that fight. So good stuff. So put some nice shots into Tort. You're going to grab this camo. I'm just going to play out your perspective on what you do once you get the camo. Actually, should have died. Should have died. Here you got red barred. This is like Halo 5 just gave you a saving grace. You, like, that's a glitch in the game, basically. So you lived off of a glitch. Could you have survived? I don't know. Like, maybe if you jump thrust backwards when you picked it up. Ultimately, I don't think you did anything wrong. It's just you got lucky you didn't die there. You go for the first spring jump I've seen you do this game, which is pretty cool. I don't even know if it was, like, necessary, but it's cool. I mean, it gets you to a pretty decent spot. These guys are super, like, hyper aware of the fact that you're you have camo. They're trying to kill you, like, very hard. So you do actually escape. Like, he's trying to snipe you. Kind of like a foil scenario that happens here, too. Like, you get caught in a team nade, you almost fall off the map. And then you're like, okay, all right, reset myself. I know they spawn in Carbine. I can get behind them. I love how you play this out. This is patient. This is a good use of camo. You go as far back into the back as you can. You jump up on this back rail, and you just kind of like wait. You're like, all right, I got Snipe here. I've got Garfinkel's here. How can I take this guy out quickly and cleanly? Throw a nade and get a nade shot. Nade shot. Easy kill. Turn back over to Sniper. Easy kill. Nice double. And then you can get the snipe. Scary thrust forward. You thrust forward on shot number 1, which is going to put you in a scenario where Tort could do a counter thrust on you. So this is scary, but you hit your shots. You win the fight, so good stuff. And now you have a sniper. But by this point, it's kind of too little too late. Not really, like, no matter what you do in this scenario, your team dies anyway. So this Sway goes down, and then we have a final kill to finish the game. Is it Sway? Yeah, Sway, what are you doing? Okay, so Sway goes for like a... I'm trying to get a trade play as well at the very end, too. Like this here, he goes outside. This is fine. He rotates outside. He could have kept rotating perimeter, maybe. Like, this might have been better. Because what he does is he just goes, like, through long haul, right in the middle of it all. And then tries to cross this, and he just gets double, like, screwed over. Yeah, I feel like that's the kind of play that you make if you're trying to get trades, not if you're trying to win the game. Like, if you can't give up any deaths, like, he should have had like a wider route or something where he could stay alive and like isolate like one battle maybe. But I don't know. Anyway, it's kind of an all she wrote situation here. Watch the final kill. I love this. Here's Tort. Tort throws a sick nade. Here, so Tort throws a nade that takes into consideration, like, most people will nade this wall here and bounce it down so it like goes here. If anybody's standing here, they die. But Tort's like, nah, I'm going to take a step further and try to nade in between, like in this little crevice, and get it into Whitehall. So he throws it, and it banks off of this, like, lookout, and then off the wall. Perfect. Just destroys him. And that ends the game.
And the win goes to blue team.
So yeah, that is everything I have. Not the longest game, but a lot of fun breaking it down, a lot of fun watching it.